Will you go to the X, Mr. Leader?
I think the actions of the president were petty, mean-spirited, and beneath any president of the United States to take. After all, Nancy Pelosi is the third in line to be president of the United States under our statutes. And doing this small, petty act is unfortunately all too regular for this president.
Why would she want to go overseas with government shut down, with people missing their paychecks? And if we don't get this back open, they could miss their paycheck again by next week. So I think it's appropriate that we would get back together. It would not take long, and we could solve this problem.
Mr. Leader,
being Speaker of the House and leaving the country when it's shut down, I don't think that's appropriate, especially the Speaker thinks we shouldn't even have the State of the Union. I think the best thing that could happen, and everybody could calm a little bit, get in a room together, and put the American people first before their travels and solve the problem.
We believe this is completely inappropriate by the President. We're not going to allow the President of the United States to tell the Congress it can't fulfill its oversight responsibilities, it can't ensure that our troops have what they need, whether our government is open or closed. That work must go on, and I think it's vitally important now, in particular, that the President has announced withdrawals from Syria and Afghanistan, that we understand the situation on the ground. We had anticipated important defense and intelligence briefings in Afghanistan. We were looking forward to the opportunity to reassure NATO allies undoubtedly shaken by reports that the President has questioned his staff or opined about leaving NATO. We're determined to make sure that our NATO allies understand that on a very bipartisan basis, our commitment to NATO is strong. I'm not going to comment on the Speaker's travel plans. Frankly, there has been far too much said about that already. And I think the President's decision to disclose a trip that the Speaker is making to a war zone was completely and utterly irresponsible in every way. And I'm not going to comment on the Speaker's travel plans.
And so I would agree with the President's move to try to encourage those of us that have this responsibility to stay focused on that issue and try to get this government reopened and have the border security that we need in order to properly take care of our people. I understand that in terms of a position of conflict, you're going to go back and forth, and that's certainly what's happening right now. I just believe that we owe the American public better.
It's just another example of the President's very childish behavior. The President does not want this shutdown to end. He manufactured this shutdown as a crisis to divert attention from the other really significant challenges to his administration, to his presidency. And the idea that he would somehow engage in, I guess it would be a tit for tat, by preventing the Speaker from conducting important business that's essential to her constitutional duties as a senior member of the United States government, it just says to me that the President is one of the smallest and pettiest people that I have come across in my 40 years of public life.